It seems like we were 10 years too late. 10 years too late for all the things you waited to. And I'm not saying that yesterday was nothing. All I'm saying is that today is really true.
Well, when we first started up, I mean, if we're going to go back, first started up, it was me, Ryan, and a guy called Alistair. And he played bass for us, and we were known as Pace Car. And we played around for a little while, and then we thought we needed another guitarist, so we got Stefan, because at the time we were going to a lot of balance shows, and a friend of ours, Amber, who's the runner of Kafui Records, was hanging out, I guess, with us, and was going out with Alistair, and no, that's time he was going out. He was going with Stefan, and she kind of said, "Oh, you should, meet these guys or whatever," and we did, and we asked Stefan to play guitar, and he was a really good guitarist, and we had a really shit bassist, so we kind of went, "Oh, but hold on, Stefan can play bass. He's that really good," so we got him. And
I think we recorded the EP as a trio.
When they first started, because it began as Pace Car, which was Stefan and, well, originally it was Jay and Ryan, and then Stefan joined. And then when I joined, it became Sommerset.
And then after the recording, but before our first show with Sommerset, we got Chris. So we kind of had the summer holidays off to teach Chris the 6 songs that we knew how to play,
More songs. More songs by a million miles.
Why?
Because it's kick ass.
Yeah. More songs, which is, there was, to us, that's our debut album. More songs is the sound of the 4 of us, with Chris sorting into a certain type of chemistry and a certain type of sound, and it's a pretty consistent album. It's only like a year, maybe a year and a half's worth of songs, so it's quite, it's quite a sort of
short collection.
Yeah, it's got a definite stylistic feel to it.
But definitely the album, and definitely, I guess, playing a whole lot around the country. I mean, we would, travel quite a lot to Wellington, Hamilton, first made it over to the South Island.
Punk Fest 2001, I think, when Daredevil played. Yes! It was the best ever. And how's this? Some guy had a nose ring in a pit and it got stuck on Ryan's guitar and ripped out and he bled everywhere. And he had dreadlocks and he was a surfer. That's all he deserved today.
Was he a boogie boarder or a surfer?
No, a surfer.
No, I'm liking it.
Yeah, no, and it was fucking funny.
Punk Fest.
I think when I left it had just gone like 5.5 years or something, or maybe close to 6. I'm not exactly sure, but it was definitely over 5 years. I think my tastes had slowly changed since I joined the band, and I was sort of getting into a lot more heavier stuff, and that's kind of what I wanted to do, and that's what, when I wrote, that's kind of what I wanted to write, and of course that didn't really fit in with Sommerset, and I don't know, I just felt like I should be doing what I felt passionate about, which was perhaps the heavier stuff.
Because I've been quite close with Chris, I definitely knew things were going to happen. But I think that the thing though is that he told us before we did Fast Cars, so that was a little bit kind of uneasy because we didn't know really what was going to happen. But he decided to go through with the album, and then leave, of course, after that. But I mean, he wanted to follow another type of music. He was really quite sick of doing punk rock.
Jeremy was a friend of Ryan's, really. He'd been playing in jazz bands with him.
Ryan had seen Jeremy play quite a lot through jazz gigs, and Jeremy also played with So to Speak for a short while, and he saw that, so he saw that he could kind of play our style of music.
Christian, irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Too good.
He was too good. Okay. No.
I got a video of him playing Houston. He's got a runny nose, worst ever, big boogers everywhere.
The biggest saggy pants
Because I won't.
Usually people would just say funny things that Jeremy would get t-shirts or,
Most people, I think, were trying to help us in the way that we're complimenting a lot of the time. I saw Jeremy, and he was really good. Yeah. Jeremy really kind of sits in the band well and stuff like that.
Streets Don't Close video was made by our friend Andy and his brother Aaron. Yeah, it was pretty much their idea. They like basketball, whereas we don't play basketball at all. So it became a bit of a joke, really, whereas we don't play sports. And when we were doing the video, we had to drop the hoop right down really low so we could actually get to it.
Oh, we got a grant.
The money came from New Zealand On Air. They gave us a $5,000 grant.
Ever since we, hooked up with Shock, who distribute fast cars, they were like, yeah, you can do all this stuff. It's all you gotta do is fill out a form. And again, it was that regrettable thing. When I say regrettable in terms of that, we did the video with Jeremy, and a month and a half later, Jeremy's out of the band and no one's in.
How would you compare Millen to Jeremy?
Who's Jeremy?
Who's Jeremy?
Who's
Okay,
Jeremy
Chris,
song
Jeremy,
guy
shut
time?
up. Emo versus punk.
It's like he's still a jazz player and a hip hop player, so it didn't quite sort of mesh what we were doing.
I mean, if we're going to get down to the point, Jeremy, we got Millen because Jeremy couldn't fulfill vocal duties. So, I mean, the reason why, if you're thinking the reason why he was in the band, he wasn't any good. It's not true. He was very good, but he just couldn't fulfill one space that we fully needed to be filled before we went over to Europe.
Which is pretty much the reason.
And seeing Millen play quite a lot with Next in Line and sing, so we knew he was competent.
That was the
that way.
main attraction. I mean, that was our criteria, and that's why I said we had about 3 people lined up, because we were like, can play guitar good, enough to play the stuff that Chris played, but can sing. Those are 2 really hard things.
I knew that there'd be some flack or some controversy thrown around about definitely behind like hardcore fans of the band from day one and stuff. And I chose to kind of ignore that side of things and see how it went. And I had a lot of fun, and all I really have received myself is positive comments that's reassured me a lot that it's okay.
People did kind of go, oh, here we go, Sommerset's now got a new member and
I
whatever.
think, that's the funny thing. We copped more judgmental flack for Millen replacing Jeremy than we did for
Yeah.
I heard he's cute, so it gives him a good.
I heard he's got a... No, I heard he's got a pot belly. He's got a pot belly.
That gives him...
He's got a pot belly, I heard. Jeff
gives-
told me he had a pot belly. Because I thought it was hot, but Jeff said, nah,
that gives
no,
him,
he's got a pot belly.
Wait, that gives him a cutability factor.
Pot belly.
3 out of 5.
Pot belly.
You know?
Pot belly.
Rossween is in the middle of fucking nowhere, and this club is fucking crazy.
It's really strange kind of thinking that we did that over the period of about 3 months, and so many places to remember in such a short amount of time. Is kind of, like it is always going to end up a blur at the end of it.
We played an outdoor festival where they had free beer, free Heineken, and
then we left at about 5 in the afternoon.
5 afternoon, and he decided to
Drove back
finish.
to Berlin, which is like East Germany.
Yeah, so
we're
you drive
talking
from
10, 11 hours.
Amsterdam to Berlin, and Stefan decided to down a whole bottle of martini, sweet vermouth, on the trip back with no pants at all.
Naked bottom half, really disgusting. No shower for 3 days, and just climbing all over it, rubbing
Hugging,
himself on the
kissing.
road. Yeah. And I got a big thing of water and tipped it all up. I was trying to cool the doggy off. I was trying to clean him up a bit. It just made all this butt water was everywhere, all over the seats, all over.
I remember having to make a toilet stop to kind of clean up because he decided that he'd make me a human fire pump and slide down my back every now and again with no pants. That was really cool. And I kind of smelled a bit funky after that, so we had to stop.
Going to Europe was a real important thing to do. We've been to Australia half a dozen times, all over New Zealand, and we really need to go somewhere else. And we just want to keep going back.
I'm Jay. I'm Jay. I'm Jay.